Hey guys, this is Tom from UDS, here in the last bastion of society, civility, and just fanciness. I'm in Wetherspoons, and I am joined by a person who could quite possibly be your new favourite artist, Will Newman.
'Cause I don't need your lies anymore. I've cut up all our pictures and I've thrown them on the floor. I didn't even get a reason why you turned and left. I'll get high to forget this feeling in my chest, my girl.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Good, mate, you?
Yeah, I'm having a great time. So for the unfortunate few who don't know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself and your music?
Okay. I'm Will Newman. I write sort of indie acoustic music, but there's quite a lot of different styles sprinkled in there, so I find it quite hard to nail myself down to one thing. And I started life as a guitarist, started playing when I was 10, got into music with Nirvana and things like that
Very
my mum
nice.
would play me. And then just since then, always had like a little bedroom project that I was doing, and then about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, just decided to release some music, and just like hanging on to the edge of it, you know what I mean, and just going with wherever it's going.
That's it, holding life by the seat of the pants.
Yeah.
So what was your first guitar back when you were 10?
You know when people like try and teach their kids guitar and you get one of those nylon Spanish flamenco.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3/4 size one.
And the first teacher I had, we were going to like learn, but she wanted to teach me like the flamenco style thing. So I did that for a little bit, and it wasn't quite as fun as I wanted. And I eventually met a really amazing local teacher, and he was into like metal and things like that. And when you're 10 years old and you see someone playing like
Hell yeah.
Van Halen and stuff like that, it just like lights a fire under you and you just want to learn it. And it just became an obsessive thing. And when I was like 13, 14, got a Dean ML, like a metal guitar, and just like went with that for quite a few years.
Very nice. So did the Van Halen make you want to jump?
Budum-tsh.
And in an effort to get to know each other better and get to know everyone here watching at home, to get to know you better, if you could be a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
Probably like a New York deli with pastrami and
Like a Reuben sort of like...
yes, a Reuben.
Yeah, sort of mustard,
it's got
pickles.
the best of all sorts. If you take any one of those ingredients out, it's still a nice.
That's it.
But all it together jams quite well.
Yeah, the sum of its parts is just... It's just the best, isn't it? Like, also, Reuben is a really good band if you want to check them out. So you released live and acoustic at the tail end of last year. So what can people expect from this release?
I kind of wanted to release it because in the beginning, late 2018, I was writing a lot more like rock, shoegaze, and even just like some jazzy stuff. When I started playing live in January, I'm playing acoustic all the time, so it felt a bit of a weird connection between like having like a really almost like rocky sound online, but then playing acoustic.
Yeah.
And I always had those acoustic songs, but I never really wanted to do them at that time because I wasn't very confident in my voice. And as that grew, I kind of wanted to I just like the idea of having like a live release or a studio release, because you're not hiding behind so many tracks of layering and things like that, and it's just quite honest, raw acoustic music really, I guess.
So getting used to your voice, was that something that came with just practicing live, or did you have to like sort of just sing in front of a mirror for countless hours just to get over sort of, you know, that horrible, I hate the sound of my own voice thing that everyone has?
I think it was just like it's weird for me. It's like a bit of a like self-forgiveness journey, because you're expecting it to always sound, you won't sound a certain way because you listen to other artists, and often you want it to sound like one of your favourite artists. And I just kind of got to this point where I was writing really nice, complicated music, but they were all just instrumentals. I'd always had these lyrics, but I just felt too self-conscious to do it. And I eventually just got to a point where like I just thought I'm just going to do it, and you know I'll put some music out, and if it doesn't go well, then that's sort of, I know that maybe it's not for me, like the singing things, but my friends and like people who've come watch me have been like really supportive, and I kind of feel like I'm 24 now and I could have been singing this whole time, but
Yeah.
I guess things happen when they're supposed to.
That's it. You kind of just have to take that leap of faith and what have you got to lose type thing.
That's it.
Cool. So while you've been doing your music, you've also just graduated with an MA. What was the MA in again?
It was applied exercise and health science.
That sounds very impressive and something I do not understand. How difficult is it to juggle being a musician while studying?
Yeah, I think in the summer when I was doing my dissertation, I did like a really complicated bit of research. I would do that in the day, and then I guess the gigs and stuff are usually in the evening. Mm-hmm. But it just depends on your perspective, because for a lot of people, just sitting there in front of like a audio workspace and doing stuff would just be quite like treacherous. But it was a nice break.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm using different hemispheres of my brain. I'm studying in the day and I'm doing that at night. And I think because with my uni research, I've just prioritised it and did it loads in advance, so it never really impinged too much on my music, and I always sort of budgeted time to do it. But yeah, it can be quite difficult if you're finding like in the week you've got to play loads of times, and you've also got to get stuff done. But
it takes a bit of discipline to get the balance right then.
That's it basically, being organised.
Cool. And also Kent seems to be having like a real boom of music talent recently. There's been loads of artists that have either spoken to us or that I'm a huge fan of that really seem to have found a bit more prominence in recent years. Are there any local artists that have caught your ear recently?
I think there's a couple of bands that sort of go around in elsewhere. There's quite a lot of musicians that play in Canterbury, especially like at Brownlee's open mic.
Yeah.
I've got a friend, Luke Dodson, and he's a very like spiritual, psychedelic guy, and he just writes quite nice, honest music, and it's quite funny as well. I think we're in a time, and I can say this about myself, you know, I write loads of really serious music, but it's quite nice to hear funny, jokey music, and it's actually inspired me to think maybe I could take a bit more of a light-hearted approach with that. But I don't know, I just think there's a very big creative hub around Canterbury, and I think there's quite a welcoming scene there. So there used to be an open mic at Garage Coffee, and people would come in and maybe they play for the first time, find their feet, and then they move up to like the bigger venues, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually, from the outside it seems so cliquey and not supportive, but it's actually, it's actually like people want you to do well, actually.
It's a bit of a stomping ground to sort of cut your teeth.
Yeah.
Nice. And if you could duet with or collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would it be? That's the slot machine, if you can hear the sound. Probably
John Mayer or Tom Misch. Are two of my like guitar heroes, music heroes. I think there's something very different about their music. But with Tom Misch, it's like he was a big influence on me because he's just a bedroom producer basically.
That's it.
But there was really like unusual, different music that was coming out, and before he'd even really like set himself on the world stage, he already had a super distinctive sound.
Yeah.
Really, really early on. That's like quite rare, and but yeah, just to do something with them. Either just like singing with them or like getting someone to solo on the track would be amazing, just to have that collaborative experience, if you know what I mean.
Nice. And obviously you say you've been touring Canterbury and a few other local areas recently. Have you had any crazy experiences or stories that have happened while you've been playing live or while you've been touring?
I think there's always like bits where I'm in front of the mic and I'm trying to make a joke, and I kind of say something that's like not inappropriate, but if you know me, it's funny. But if you're just in there for a drink and I'm making a joke about one of the mates who plays, sometimes you sort of like get yourself in the shit, and like, you're like nervous behind the mic, and you kind of like try and backtrack really quickly. End up saying something coming off a certain way, but there's been nothing like really bizarre that's happened or anything. A couple of times where I've like broken a string and overreacted about it, being really like timid and not looking out at the crowd and stuff. But I wish more funny stuff happened.
I mean, there's still time, and plus that's what lying is for. So you just make stuff up. Just say that you threw a TV out of a window or something. Set a guitar on fire at an acoustic show. It sounds quite dangerous, actually.
That's it.
So what do you find gets you into the flow of writing for either lyrics or melodies? So what is sort of your process for sitting down to actually make music?
It usually just starts with me just messing around on the guitar or hearing something or something weird, like you'll go to the toilet or you'll drive somewhere and you'll hear this random melody like appear in your consciousness, and you have to grasp it before it goes away. It can be quite a fleeting sort of thought, and it usually starts with that, and I build a song around it, and then I try and dress it up with lyrics that I think are appropriate. because I've tried to write lyrics first, then a song around it, and it feels like you're putting the wrong clothes on something. It just doesn't gel as well as it should do. So yeah, either that or finding an idea I had like 6 or 7 years ago and suddenly it all gels together. But with lyrics and things, it's usually just responding to past events, life situations as they unfold. And it's weird to the thing I guess about a song is you're just encapsulating a memory, and the song can mean so much to you at that time, but like years later it takes on a different meaning.
Yeah.
But it's almost like you're putting something in a time capsule, because you can't edit that song ever again, but the context to you and other people changes.
It's almost like an audio tattoo sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just like very dynamic. It's strange because it's like taking a photograph, and over years the photograph would mean something different to you. You'd notice different things about it.
Absolutely.
I like that. It's like quite a nostalgic experience, I guess.
Nice. Also makes you wonder how many great hit songs have been written on the toilet as well.
Yeah, literally.
Who knows?
Must be quite a few.
I'm guessing it's more than a few. And if nothing was off the table, nothing at all, what would be on your ultimate rider?
Like coconut water.
I was wondering what you were going to say with that first syllable there.
No. Coconut water, like fajitas, just like maybe like a chocolate fountain or something like that, and just enough to like invite mates and invite people back to sort of do it. I don't know, maybe like dogs to stroke, things like that. Make it really comfortable.
Yeah, it just sounds pretty chill. Just like no big party, just literally just some nice fajitas, nice drinks, chill time with some dogs.
Just like beanbag cushions, candles, things like that. I reckon just have a nice,
like a living room away from home type thing.
Yeah, have a nice experience before the gig and stuff, and I guess like have some drinks and stuff afterwards. But yeah, I quite like getting in the mood before I do things like that.
No, that sounds great. Make sure we are invited. And I suppose going on from that, name one thing on your bucket list. It could be music, it could be outside of music, whatever you want.
I haven't done it because of personal circumstances, but I would love to. It's not even that much of a big thing for other people, but I've never been to America. I would love to go there and just. There's a lot of like cryptic things that are written in songs. It's about places, and just to go to that place and experience what they were writing about. If I ever got the chance to like play it, I don't know, if it was like Coachella or something, that'd be amazing. Or just to share a stage with someone that you're completely enamoured by, an artist that you almost like you were saying before, you don't really believe they're real. Yeah. Have one of those experiences, and just I guess to have like praise and acceptance from someone that you just idolise. And it's funny though, isn't it? Because you idolise these people, but they are just people.
That's
you
it.
obviously have that with your interviewing. It's almost like their aura is bigger than them. You meet them,
100%.
like, wow, you're a fleshy person. But these people there's some amazingly famous musicians and people like Elton John. It's just like there's such an aura about him, but he is just a person. At the end of the day, it can be quite a weird thing to experience, I guess.
Did you ever see that clip of him recently where I think he's on the set of Kingsman or something, and he's in like his fold-out chair, completely stacks it, falling over. And have you seen this one? They're like, "Sir Elton, are you all right?" And he goes, "I'm not still standing." And it's like just the fact that he can like pull that off like and off a beat after like basically making an arse out of himself is just great. But it just goes to show that like everyone is fallible and everyone has their good points, their bad points, and it is sort of just by talking to people that you actually really do get to sort of see their value through their imperfections.
It's like that humility that people can have with extreme fame. Some people can still be so down to earth and not think they're above other people, and that's so lovely. Honestly, it's it's really inspiring, I think.
That's it. It's a real testament to sort of someone's character if they can have all of this success, but it doesn't tarnish them or their outlook on life. Cool. And we also like to advocate positivity here at UDS, and one of the ways we do that is through inspirational quotes. One of my favourites is, "I can't believe I ate the whole thing," because it's, like you just don't know if you can eat the whole thing, and when you do, you really do surprise yourself. So with that in mind, what would be your inspirational quote that you would like to share with the world?
Probably something that if you say maybe or I wish, it will never happen, but you just have to change it to I can. There's another one, I don't know if I can swear.
Yeah, go for it.
There's basically just f*** it, which is so important. It's literally like it should be tattooed on all of us, because so much of what we expect is coming from our ego and what other people think of us. Whereas if you just say fuck it, you can actually just go on this really lovely free journey.
That's it.
That you're not allowing yourself to have, because of things like being self-conscious. You know, I think it comes with age though.
100%.
You see people like 60, 70, they actually just don't care anymore because they get it. You know, but there's so many people I always try and be really encouraging to and just say fuck it, because you don't know how your life's going to change after doing that one thing.
It's so often how it's you that is in your own way and nothing else is, and you just have to sort of get over your own worry or doubt or whatever, and it can be such an opening thing when you just go fuck it, and then all the potential is just there. And if it doesn't work out, chances are nothing's really going to change, and you sort of just go back to where you were before. So
that was the experience with singing. That was literally like I was in my own way. No one had ever told me I couldn't sing. I was just self-conscious, about myself, and I just did things like I'd listen to music in the car and sing along, and like every day I'd like turn the volume down a little bit more so it's more my voice. And it's just honestly like holding myself back from doing something that gives me like so much joy, but not even based on what someone said to me, based on what we think people will think.
Yeah.
And it's just you don't know like how your life will change from like reading a poem or doing that sport or wearing this thing, and I think we do just hold ourselves back.
I think
a lot of the time.
I think we're all humans are sort of naturally inclined to be sort of catastrophists and just always expect the worst case scenario, but it really never is. It's 9 times out of 10 everything sort of works out for the best, and as Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense. So what does 2020 have in store for Will Newman?
I had some really good like leverage and momentum from the first year, obviously, which is 2019, and just having people I don't know say like my music, it adds the spark. Sometimes it can be dulled when you feel like you're just hitting a brick wall and you're throwing stuff at the wall. But 2020 probably dribble out more singles. Because at first I was just like, here's 7 songs, and you kind of get to that point where you're like, I'm not going to write any more music ever again. And I guess with the singles I released this year, just put them out to a level where I can listen honestly and say I don't want to change anything about that, because there's so much of my early stuff where I just sort of kept putting out, and now I listen to it, I still like the music, but I'm like, I would change that.
Yeah.
I know you can't have a perfect piece, but I would just like to have something out and feel super proud of it.
It gives it some breathing room so that you can like refine it to what you want it to be.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs that have come out this year, I've sat on them for a very long time. I've thought about it, I've changed a lot, they've gone through so many iterations, and hopefully it's just going to be still what people want to hear, and also like growing in myself and the music that I listened to at the time as well, and sort of taking that on.
Nice. And as we wrap up, we are UDS, Upside Down Shark, so with that in mind, what would be your favourite shark? And before you answer, I'll just caveat it by saying it can be real or fake. We've had Jaws, Bruce from Finding Nemo. The most bizarre one is probably Danny DeVito as the Penguin from Batman Returns. Don't ask. So what would be your favourite shark?
Probably a basking shark.
Them big boys.
It's just kind of there. They live in the Channel. They're in the British Channel. They're not really like out to do anything. They're just kind of like, maybe I'll eat some fish. Maybe I'll just swim along here and just like taking in the vibes. Doesn't really want to go out of its way to hurt anyone.
They are just super chill.
They are chill. They're like, maybe I'll do this today, and that's what I aspire to be like.
That's it. And I mean, that mouth. I used to remember being so scared of basking sharks when I was a kid, because you can like literally see its rib cage from inside its mouth, and oh man, they are impressive. Big, large, chunky boys. Anyway, on that note, Will Newman, it's been a pleasure. Where can people find you?
I'm on Spotify, YouTube, all of those music streaming services. I'm Will Newman Musicians on Facebook. Anywhere there, and if anyone wants to like chat to me or have any experiences or give advice to other people, I love doing stuff like that, just to share and sort of add to other people's progress as well, if you know what I mean.
Awesome. I think that wraps it up for this time. Thank you very much, Will, and thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, share and subscribe and all the usual malarkey for more interviews and dumb videos every single week, and we will see you next time.
Should I just forget everything that we said when we were drunk? 'Cause now I'm basking in the shade 'cause honey, now we're through again. 'Cause I don't need.
We should ask him what his favourite Wetherspoon's food is.
What is your favourite Wetherspoons food?
Oh, this is a question.
I mean,
bonus. Yeah, it's a bonus
Yeah,
question.
we'll do this post-credit scene.
Okay. My favourite Wetherspoons food, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if they do them here, but they used to do like profiteroles.
Did they?
And we were sat in like a booth over there, and one of my friends threw one all the way over here, and it hits on the back of the head.
What? So there was people you knew on both sides, or was it just a random person?
He was just like so drunk. He literally like javelin through this profiterole and it slapped this guy on the back of the head.
I can't think of anything better than drunk profiteroles. That's amazing. I'm pretty sure they don't do them anymore. You can stay at Wetherspoons hotels now, though, which is a weird thing. You could literally just never leave
Get
Wetherspoons.
this downstairs and go to sleep upstairs. Yeah.
The dream.
The dream.
Bye.